Maria, one of the issues which has dominated the conversation in the lead up to Bihar is the special intensive revision exercise carried out by the Election Commission, particularly the opposition claiming that it is a fraudulent exercise aimed at excluding people. What does the See Voter mood check say, Maria?
Okay, so let's put the spotlight on special intensive revision. Remember, Rahul Gandhi carried out his Vote Adhikar Yatra. The message was that this should be an awareness campaign. Bihari voters should go to every polling booth to check that their names exist on the voter list. So this is how it stands. Who benefits most from SIR? NDA at 46.1%, mahagathbandhan at 21.7%. Remember, it started at 65 lakh deletion in the first roll. It came to 47 lakh in the final list. So there was an addition of close to 18 lakh voters in that period of 1 month when this entire issue was also fought in the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court issued an instruction to the Election Commission that they should ensure that the Aadhaar is seen as a proof of residence. Now the next question, has SIR improved the fairness of elections? Yes. Polls now accurate and transparent. 42.6% voters feel that. Let's put that graphics out. Has SIR, the special intensive revision, improved the fairness of elections? 42.6% respondents feel that yes, polls are now accurate and transparent. 31% though, extremely high, say that no, it caused confusion and exclusion. Rajdeep, there has been a great degree of fear. Remember, in 2020, the gap between the NDA and the MGB was just around 14,000 votes. In close to 50% of constituencies, the vote share gap, almost like 10%, should I say, was less than 500. And that is the reason why this fear of 31% becomes important.
Yeah, but I'm only going by the numbers, Maria, and the numbers suggest, at least at the moment, 42% are saying the polls are now more accurate and transparent. If I add too early to tell, which is 16.5, that's about 58%. And fairness or not affected is 3.5, 61. So it's 31 or 1 in every 3, which is roughly the amount of vote. 37% is what the MGB got last time, the mahagathbandhan of the opposition. It appears no cause confusion and exclusions could broadly parallel those who voted for the opposition. So you're seeing a divide there on political lines as well. Is SIR really therefore a factor? Amitabh Tiwari, is the question that is being asked. Has SIR improved the fairness of elections? A significant number of people believe yes. Who benefits most from it is the NDA. So you've got a suggestion there, implicit almost, that a number of voters excluded could be voters who voted last time for the mahagathbandhan. Remember, a disproportionate number of voters, according to some suggestions made in the Supreme Court, have been Muslims. So do you get a sense?
And women.
And women.
And migrants.
Yeah, so, but primarily Muslims, 30 was a larger chunk. I just want to understand, do you believe SIR has made it freer and fairer in a way, but at the same time left some concern over exclusions, Dalits, Muslims, poorer communities in general?
No, see, this SIR question across surveys, if you see, has clearly divided Bihar. And what has happened is that whenever you ask this question or a question related to SIR or vote chori, the answers you get largely are aligned to the political affiliations of the voters, the respondents. That's what is visible from your survey as well, See Voters survey as well, that 42% believe that now it is a fair and transparent, which roughly corresponds to the adjusted vote share of NDA, which is NDA plus LJP and RLSP minus VIP, and around 31, which is roughly the MY combination, say that it has caused confusion and exclusion. Now, the interesting part is who benefits. So when 46% people say that NDA benefits, what is the reason that they believe that NDA is benefiting? As you mentioned, whether it is the exclusion of the marginalized or the minorities, as mentioned in some reports, or is it largely because it has energized the cadre of the NDA, and amongst the cadre of the NDA, it is the Ghuspaitiya thing which is working largely. So we have to really go behind that to understand that.
You know, Rajdeep, I'll
Yeah,
just
go
take
ahead.
to
Please
our
go ahead.
figures earlier because we've been conducting the political stock exchange on SIR, and if Yashwant was there, he'd be able to corroborate that figure. You know, what's really interesting is because the breakdown, what we see is who benefits, 46.1%. When we've gone through the micro data of it earlier on, it seems to suggest that there's a huge chunk that actually believes that this exercise has happened in a hurry and it should not have taken place in Bihar at this time. They agree to it. Despite of agreeing to that, they say that it's going to be the NDA that will benefit. So, you know, that's where it ties in. It's not that the respondents don't know that this exercise is contentious or problematic. They admit it's problematic, but they are very clear that this will benefit the BJP.
But
on
it
the
will
NDA.
Yeah,
not
but
be an
when I
issue.
look at, it seems to have deeply split Bihar. Yes, polls now accurate and transparent is a fairly large sample of 42.6%. All I'm saying is that it seems to go according to party affiliations. Depending on where your party affiliations are, you see SIR in
True.
that
So that's-
particular context as well. Manisha, Priyam, do you believe an exercise like SIR makes a difference? As Maria pointed out, last time the gap between party number 1 and 2 was just under 12,000 votes. A number of constituencies significantly had voter victories of 5,000. Many of them had voter victories of
52
1,000 and
seats less than
52
5,000.
seats less than 5,000. Number of them less than 1,000. Do you therefore believe that even if the number of voters unfairly excluded are a few lakhs, that even makes a difference, therefore, in an election like Bihar, if it's very closely contested?
I mean, it's anybody's answer that yes, it will make a difference. The only thing is that we cannot with confidence say that those excluded are aligned to a particular party or not. Whether those excluded are evenly distributed across the population. Statistically, if they are, then it wouldn't make a difference. But my understanding from the field is that, especially in Saran, where I did the field work in August and September, the deletions were fairly high, 2.7 odd lakhs, which I think is reduced a bit, but still remains above 2.5 lakhs or close to it. The deletions are very high. And even the candidates themselves.
But Dr.
even
Priyam,
sitting
traditional
MLAs
psephology
there,
would
especially
suggest,
the
because
RJD,
right now
which
most
had-
petitioners who the final arguments in court, which happened on the 7th of October, were made that a large chunk of those who've been cut off from the voting list are Muslims. So traditional psephology, traditional way of looking at Bihar would suggest that it would impact the mahagathbandhan more than it would impact the NDA.
And interestingly,
Yeah, go ahead.
Preeti, both the RJD, the Congress and the CPIML in its final, observation, or should I say submission before the Supreme Court, have said that they are satisfied with the exercise.
No, that's what I wanted to ask you.
They-
Why
they
are
are
the BLAs, why are the block level
Yes.
agents of these opposition parties not raising the question of exclusion so strongly? Is
Now-
it that, what explains that? If you've been speaking to people in Bihar, is it the charcha on the ground without translating into actually providing who are the people who have been excluded?
So what has happened is, Rajdeep, with that inclusion, or should I say from 65 lakh initial deletion to now that list reduced to 47, the sense in RJD and the Congress and CPIML is that, because these are the three petitioners who have been vociferously speaking against this exercise in the Supreme Court, that with the inclusion of Aadhaar, this exercise has been defanged. So in Bihar, largely, it will not have the kind of impact that they were sensing initially. And that is the reason why on 7th, the sense that was given by these political parties are that they are more or less satisfied with how it has played out.
I just want to ask you, Dr. Ajay Alok, this SIR exercise was supported by the BJP, by the government, and one of the reasons I heard BJP leaders saying कि घुसपैठियों को अब चुनाव नहीं लड़ना चाहिए. This is in a way a test of citizenship. But we still don't know how many घुसपैठियाs have actually got excluded. Even this was not told to the Supreme Court when the question was asked yesterday by Yogendra Yadav. Do you believe that do you accept that this घुसपैठिया narrative was deliberately pushed by your party to create a fear factor कि देखो अगर ये SIR exercise नहीं हो तो घुसपैठिया वोट करते हैं, आपका वोट छीन लेते हैं?
Rajdeep, first of all, the affidavit submitted in the Supreme Court by Mr. Yogendra Yadav was found to be a false affidavit, to which Mr. Justice Surya Kant replied How can we believe this? This is the truth. And second truth about SIR is it should be supported by every bona fide citizen of this country. What's the harm in that?
Use the word
You should
false
also support it.
affidavit.
Everyone
He
should
didn't say
support
false
it.
affidavit.
And
Sir,
then
Surya
the
Kant
third
didn't say
thing,
false
third
affidavit.
I have all the recordings of the court if you want to see that. Should I?
Okay.
He did
No,
say
no.
it's a false affidavit, and how can we trust the further affidavits?
He
Now
said,
listen to the
how-
third thing.
How can I trust
The
the
whole
further
process of
affidavits?
SIR today. Yes.
Go ahead, go
How
ahead.
can I trust the further affidavit? Right. That was the exact words. Now, third thing, in the entire SIR exercise, it has been over, and today the first compilation of the first phase has been accepted by the Election Commission.
Yes.
Not even a single complaint was registered to the Election Commission by any of the electorate or by any of the political party. They were all doing this hangama. ये नाटक कर रहे थे रोड पे.
No, Dr. Alok, that's
All this
incorrect.
Gandhi
That is
brigade were
incorrect.
doing
There were
only
multiple
natak in the
complaints
name
that
of
were
vote chori.
registered. But the larger question now is very clear, which most political parties say that what we witnessed in Bihar is only a setup. Like they say, no, okay, ये तो trailer है, picture अभी बाकी है, and that picture will play out in Assam and West Bengal. The main focus was Assam and West Bengal. This was just a trial, a hit and trial method.
The picture
but
is going to be
that's where
played
it's
in
going
the
to
whole
play out.
country.
No, the picture.
Elections are... Sir,
The picture is
picture-
going to be played in the whole country, not only in Assam and West Bengal.
Okay, so you believe that SIR has improved the fairness of elections, and you also perhaps therefore believe that the SIR will benefit, as our C voter poll is saying, the NDA more than the other parties. Okay, we will take that, but clearly the SIR is one of those X
SIR
factors.
has nothing to do. SIR has nothing to do with the benefit. SIR
Well,
has
why-
nothing to do with the benefit to the poll
So
party.
why
The
did an
parties
SIR
will,
then
the
come in the
parties will
month?
get vote.
So why did an SIR suddenly happen just months before an election in Bihar? If you are saying it doesn't benefit, what was the? My point is there was
That I
already
think- that I
already a
think
summary revision that had taken place and was ready.
Rajiv,
The
that I
roles were
think you
ready.
should interview. No. If that is the question, you should interview Chief Election Commissioner. It's their
I
Sir,
prerogative.
we'd love to.
Is there constitutional right when they want to bring it in?
Okay, okay.
You
I'm
don't have
going
to question me. I am not the
but-
one
but-
who got
but
the
Ajay
SIR.
Alok, to be fair, even the Supreme Court had questioned the timing. Had the Supreme Court not intervened and ensured that there is the 12th document, then this entire exercise would have taken a different kind of a form. So the Supreme Court then had ensured that extra document, right? So with Aadhaar having been included in that 11 document list of residents, the proof of residence, that is the reason why there was an addition. 17 lakh voters were able to show Aadhaar and get their names back on the electoral list.
Let me again tell you and clarify you for the final time that Aadhaar is just for identity. It's not a proof of citizenship. Clear-cut Election Commission has mentioned in the court and Supreme Court has accepted it. And Supreme Court has said Aadhaar cannot be taken as a citizenship form. For
Okay.
felicitation of the
Proof
voter,
of residence.
so that their name
Okay.
can be there in the list. The Aadhaar was introduced. It's not a proof of citizenship.
Residents.
Okay.